Hello everyone, and welcome back to Cobra Kai Studios for another fan questions video. A video where we just debate and talk about questions you have, as well as myself, and the comments that you leave on my videos. You know, we range from theories, just to talk about comments of ideas you have, or questions that you have. We're going to start this one off with Kung Lao, which is, what kind of cliffhanger do you think we can expect in Season 3? Do you think it'll be as big as a cliffhanger as we've seen in Season 2? I'm going to be honest, that's going to be a hard cliffhanger for them to match. You know, the cliffhanger we got from Season 2 to Season 3 with Miguel was a hell of a cliffhanger, you know, and that's going to be hard for them to top that. But I could see them possibly being able to do so in many number of ways. Now, we could be left on a different type of cliffhanger where someone else is injured. I don't know if it'd be quite as serious as Miguel. Maybe we see someone actually die at the end of Season 3. Maybe we get introduced to a new star coming to Season 4, you know. Like, there's the speculations that we might get a Mike Barnes return for Season 4, so maybe they'll leave it on a cliffhanger of him maybe possibly coming back, kind of how they did with Kreese in Season 1 to Season 2. I don't know if they'll do exactly the same, but at the same time, I do agree it's going to be hard for them to be able to actually touch that cliffhanger as far as how much of a cliffhanger it really was. On to the next, theory question. Do you think Allie will be in Season 3? Maybe have just a shot of her or something like that in the official trailer before we get the Season 3 released on January. I don't know if they're going to add her to the actual trailer, but I think if she is going to return in Season 3, we might get a small clip of her in the trailer, maybe. You know what I mean? Maybe just some kind of a lead back to that whole friend request sent to Johnny, maybe, kind of situation. But at the same time, if they're not going to actually bring her back in Season 3, we might not get nothing from her. And they might not want to reveal what they're actually got in store for us for her returning, so maybe we won't actually see her anywhere in the trailer, just because maybe whatever they could show would actually reveal too much from what they actually want to, you know, talk about and, you know, bring her back into the whole Cobra Kai community. But what do you think? Do you think that Allie's going to end up being in the Season 3 trailer? You think she's going to be in Season 3 in general? I don't know. This is a comment from Scott. Sam and Miguel are my favorite characters from the show, and I'm hyped for what I saw from the Sam in the trailer. She looks broke and looks like she might go dark. Those scars look like they're affecting her. I agree. I'm sure she's going to have some kind of a emotional change, maybe. That's my opinion of what I could expect to see with Sam. Especially because of what happened with Miguel. You know, it's some serious things happened to Miguel, you know. It wasn't just a minor injury that Miguel went through. Obviously, her and Tori are probably going to always have some kind of a conflict. Although some people speculate that they might eventually be friends down the line. I just don't know if I could ever see them being friends, you know. I don't know. Do you think Sam and Tori will ever be friends? I really don't think that we could see that. But some people do. So let me know if you're one of the people that assume that we might see Tori and Sam become friends. I could see Sam going down the dark path. Some people ask if she's going to be maybe joining Cobra Kai, and I don't see that ever happening, though. No matter what the situation, I don't think she'll join Cobra Kai. Just my opinion. Another comment. If Amanda sees Kreese for who he is and what he does, and what Daniel said about him, is it true she might allow him to reopen Miyagi-Do Karate, but not alone, maybe with the help of Julie or Johnny? I could see that maybe if Amanda was to actually see what Kreese is doing to the community, as far as, you know, the whole Cobra Kai community. Maybe. I would assume so, because it's not hard to see how bad of a person Kreese is. I mean, obviously, Daniel could explain plenty to Amanda, and maybe Johnny will himself. Maybe Johnny will actually talk to Amanda and kind of explain how bad of a person Kreese is, and why Daniel shouldn't quit doing karate, you know, why he should still be allowed to actually train. That's just my opinion. I feel like he shouldn't be kicked out of training just because of one bad situation, you know. And yeah, he trained Robbie, but at the same time, it was Robbie that overreacted and kind of caused this, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not actually Daniel's fault, but some people might speculate that it is. Just my opinion, though. What do you think, though? On to the next comment. Best news I've heard in a while. I was really hoping for a January release date, and here it is. Hopefully Season 4 will be early 2020. Do you think so? I assume if we can get them to start, let's just say that if Cobra Kai starts filming like March to June of 2021, I feel like they could get it done filmed by at least October area. And I think that with being on Netflix, they should be able to get enough editors, producers, etc. to be able to actually finish the season 4 before we get to January 2022. So maybe January 2021 with season 3 coming out might mark the official time frame they want to keep the seasons coming out. So it might not come out exactly January 8th, 2022, but we might expect January 2022 regardless for season 4, as long as they can actually get it filmed in time. On to another comment. Johnny's not in jail. He was visiting Robbie. Now, I personally don't think that's the case, because when you look at the scene, it just doesn't look like he's visiting anybody. It looks like he's in a holding cell. That's what it looks like Johnny's in. It looks like Johnny is in a holding cell, because there's other people sitting down on what looks like the metal bench that you see people in holding cells sit in, and he's just up against the bars upset, And I just don't think that that's the case. I feel like I explained in my other videos, that I think Johnny got into it with Kreese or somebody and got arrested. That's just what I think. But, everybody's open to their own opinions, and I want to hear what your opinions are. I enjoy hearing what you have to say about this. Comment from Scott. My theory of Johnny being in jail is Carmen has a restraining order on Johnny, and she walks in on Johnny in Miguel's hospital room and then has him arrested. That's a very big chance, really. It really is. It's a big possibility that that's exactly what could have actually happened. Not to say that it is what happened, but at the same time, there's a huge possibility for that being the case, because if she does, for any reason, have a restraining order on him, then yes, she could legally have him arrested for that, at least detained, which could explain why he was in a holding cell. What do you think, though? Do you think Robbie will get in fights when he's in jail? I could see that happening hands down, especially if he for some reason goes to jail with his old buddies from season 1. We haven't seen too much about them since season 1, really, so what if they've been arrested? And that's where we see a rehash of them, and Robbie runs into them while he's in the juvenile detention center, because maybe, hey, they got in trouble for robbing people or whatever be the case, And obviously, they might try to get Robbie jumped. They might try to get Robbie to join their side. Either way, I don't think Robbie will, and that could lead to a possible fight between them. And I honestly do think he might get into a fight. But I don't know, though. What do you think? I think the focus of this season would be redemption. It would be great for Robbie, thinking for what he did. Robbie would blame himself, put himself down, and he would get into a different mindset of what happened. And maybe he would want to stay away from his dad, Sam, and everyone, and kind of do his own thing. I could see that playing out in a way like that, because if he's going to be in jail for however long he's going to be in jail for, he's going to have nothing to do but reflect on his mistakes and choices he made. And that could lead people down a horrible path. It could lead people down to a better path where they, make a redemption of themselves and come out a better person. Will he actually come out a better person, though, is the debate that we have left in store to see in season 3. And I guess it's just going to have to be a depend. What do you think, though? Do you think that Robbie's going to have a change of heart? Do you think he's going to change in general and be a different person when he gets out? Do you think he's going to want nothing to do with any of the previous cast? Or if he's going to just be kind of enemies with everybody? I could see it. I really could. And with him going to jail, who do you think... This is my question. Who do you think is going to try to reach out to Robbie while he's in jail? You think he's going to get a letter or a phone call from Sam? Do you think Miguel might reach out to him? What do you think? Who do you think might actually reach out to him? I totally see Kreese visiting Robbie in the juvie, while he's at juvie, and he gives him the option to join Cobra Kai when he gets released. I could see Kreese doing that. I really could. I could see Kreese trying to work his way into Robbie's good side and try to bring Robbie to the dark side. That's just my opinion, though. What do you think, though? In the trailer with Tori, we see her in a building. Who do you think is behind Tori? Bonsai Kai Dojo made a great video about this yesterday and had an actually pretty good response that it might be Snake. The possible Silver's... Some people speculate Silver's son. The internet does say Silver's son. His name was Snake Silver, so I don't know. But what if it's not either? What if it's not either of them? Just hear me out here. What if it's Robbie? What if that scene takes place later on in the season? And if you look at the haircut, is why I say, because the hair piece that we got to see kind of looks like Robbie's hair to me. It looks like that to me. So what if him and Tori become a thing? You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Obviously, you wouldn't expect that because of the whole she was with Miguel and what happened with Miguel. But at the same time, they do so many twists in these shows and movies that I wouldn't rule it out. But I wouldn't say that that's a big possibility. It's just something that I noticed, that for some reason his hair looks the same as Robbie's. Now, it wouldn't make sense, though, for it to be Robbie. It really wouldn't, because I don't see Tori and Robbie ever being on good standing points, especially after what Robbie did to Miguel. But, it's just something I noticed. And if you look at the hair and stuff, it doesn't look like it would be this. Doesn't look like it'd be. Obviously, it's not Terry Silver's. It don't look like it'd be Snake quite as obvious either. The height and everything kind of matches up, but at the same time, hell, it could be Dimitri. Highly doubt that, but I'm just saying. What do you think, though? I want to know your opinions. I love hearing your feedback and your comments that you guys leave. It makes this community a lot more interesting. It allows us to openly communicate and just kind of debate different things, have our different ideas, have our different thoughts about the show, what we expect to see. I think there is more why Tori joined Cobra Kai in Season 2. I still feel like Kreese knows Tori or her mother, and he planted her in the dojo to cause trouble between Johnny and Daniel. That's a nice question, Scott. I could see that, honestly. I really could. And that kind of leads back to, if that is, like, Snake that's behind her in that scene, then maybe there is more to her and the whole Terry Silver situation that we don't quite know yet. And we are going to get a bigger backstory according to the cast and creator of the show, so we might see something along that lines. We really might. We might get the answer to that. Maybe she is friends with the Silvers, or, knows Silvers, or is related to Terry Silvers. Something along that lines, and maybe she was planted there to cause trouble. I mean, obviously, like I said before, and I've asked plenty of times, who the hell trained Tori? Where did she learn her skills from before she joined Cobra Kai? Obviously she comes into Cobra Kai knowing things already. So maybe that would answer that question. But, I don't know. What do you think? I think Kreese's ultimate plan was to take Cobra Kai back, but also to destroy Johnny and Daniel. 100% agree. And that's well said, Scott. I mean, I really do feel like that was Kreese's bigger motive. Obviously, he's been a snake in the grass the entire time. You can tell that from the moment that he gets back into it with Johnny. He manipulates Johnny with the whole trophy thing and gets Johnny to open up and let him back into the dojo, and look what happens. He ends up taking the damn dojo from him. Creates this huge conflict between Daniel and Johnny now. It's even more so worse than what it was. So I could agree, and honestly I could see that 100% hands down, without a doubt. What do you think, though? I think Robbie and Miguel may become friends at the end of Season 3, or something in Season 4. Maybe Kyler will be Miguel's biggest enemy, since Kyler is coming back in Season 3. So what do you think? That's a nice question, Mustang. Well, it's not really a question, it's a nice comment. But I agree, Mustang. I could see in the future we might get a Miguel-Robbie friendship of some sort. Especially with Kyler coming back. I feel like Kyler might join Cobra Kai. And if that's the situation, you damn well Miguel's going to have nothing to do with Cobra Kai. I just don't see that. I don't ever see him teaming up with Kyler, because that was the first person him and Miguel got into it with, is Kyler. So I don't think that Miguel will have anything to do with Kyler if that's the situation. Just say for any reason he does join Cobra Kai, I don't think that we'll see that. But I could see Kyler joining Cobra Kai. He seems like the Kreese type of person. So that's just my opinion. On to the next question from Aaron. When is Robbie going to get out of juvie? I'm assuming that we're going to get that around Season 3, Episode 5, Episode 6. I just feel like they're going to have him in juvie for like half the season. I don't know why. Maybe they won't. But I feel like they will. Maybe he'll get released on probation or something along that lines. But if he does, he can't be getting in any trouble. Can't be fighting. It's going to lead for a hell of a season, I'm telling you. I don't think, like Bonsai Kai Dojo has stated many times, I don't think we're ready for Season 3. We are, but we're not. What do you think, though? Let me know below, because it's a lot to kind of debate, It's a lot to think about. Who do you think it is that beat up Johnny in Cobra Kai Season 3? That's a good question. There's a little bit of speculation that him and Daniel might have got into it. But at the same time, from that little teaser clip, though, when we see him talking to Daniel, that fight had already happened between Johnny, because the wounds are, that he's already got them stitched up or whatever, and the bruises are... It's not a fresh fight. So I don't think it was Daniel. I really don't. I think it was, like Bonsai Kai Dojo stated, I think it was him and Kreese. I think him and Kreese get into it. And like some people speculate, maybe Hawk joined in on it with Kreese. You know, maybe that's why we see Hawk bloodied up. Maybe Kreese and Johnny got into it. Maybe Johnny got knocked down by Kreese, and maybe Hawk teams up on him. But there's also the big speculation of maybe Hawk just was going through some crazy training, and you know, busted up. It wouldn't make sense though for how they film it, because they make it look like he's looking down and looking and somebody's looking up at him as if he beat somebody up. And if that's the case, who the hell was it? Like, obviously there's a lot of speculation to who that person might be that he got into a fight with, but I want to know your input. You know, I really enjoyed these videos because it's just kind of us asking questions together as a community, and I provide my input, and then you also debate my input in the comments or in the live premiere chat. So what do you think? You know, please feel free to fill my comment section up with as many questions, comments, theories, ideas, answers to these questions as you would like to. I love interacting with you all, and I want to build this community even bigger than we are at already or now. You know, I want us to be able to keep growing, get to a bigger point to where we always have plenty of questions to debate, because these are some of my favorite videos to make. They're not like the most, I'd say they're probably not the most interesting videos to some, but to us that are actually really big fans of Cobra Kai and just like to talk about the community and, you know, about the show, they provide us a fun place to just sit here and debate about questions together as a community. And, you know, I don't know, I find it a lot of fun. Obviously, I like making other videos, and I got plenty of other videos I want to make, but I'm just slowly getting them done, you know. I don't want to rush them, so I want them to come out as best as I can make them. Obviously, I had to reshoot my top 10 best fighters and 10 worst fighters and just pretty much recategorize it to what it actually is. So now it's going to be Cobra Kai fighters ranked worst to best, because I made a video yesterday, and I guess 49 minutes was just too long. I can't get it to upload. No matter how many times I try, it starts to render and then fails. It gets the error message on YouTube and it won't load. So I guess we're not going to be able to upload that video, at least not right now. Maybe we'll re-upload it eventually down the line as a throwback to failed video of Danielson. But, you know, I really hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm going to end it here. I want to say thank you to Bonsai Kai Dojo. Thank you to all of you that are subscribed to me. Thank you to the ones that are not subscribed to me, as well as anybody that watched. Oh, before we leave though, I did notice something in the teaser that we see doctors working on Miguel, and that's not Allie. So maybe that's not how they're going to bring Allie back into the show. Maybe, I'm not saying we're not going to see her, but maybe that's just not exactly how we get Allie back in the show. Maybe they're going to bring her back in a different way. Maybe they won't even bring her back. Maybe that, you know, last little clip was just something to keep us wondering about Allie, you know. But I'm imagining that we'll see her in some way, whether it's a video call between her and Johnny or something like that, you know. But, alright, we're going to go ahead and end it here. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Night, where it would probably be night, because I always premiere these late at night. I imagine most of y'all, it's nighttime as well. So, I want to thank you all. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget, stay badass, everyone.